We'll create the following 3D model using Catia V5. As you can see right here, I have G model, and one of the principal characteristics that it has is this angle and this hole right here in this direction with this specific shape. Alright, then the first thing that we have to take into account is the information within the engineering draw. Right here we can see the views, and this engineering draw was made by Luis Miguel Huerfano Garzón. Okay, we're going to start, and this is an advice for you. When you want to start creating the sketch, you should select the sketch that contains the most information possible. As you can see right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 dimensions I here, and in these two I just have 1. Alright, so I'm gonna start creating this sketch. And the second thing that we have to take into account is the unit system that it's using. That information usually comes next to the dimension. As you can see right here, I don't have that information, or is within a box that is usually in the corner of the engineering draw. Within this box you can find not only the unit system information, but also the material, the person who did it, the person who checked, and everything else. This is not mandatory to put the unit system that it's using, because there is one rule, and it's that when I do not find that information, then I can assume that these are millimeters, right? If I were the person who is going to manufacture and I use millimeters, and maybe there is a mistake there because I don't know, the person who did it may be wanting to use maybe, I don't know, inches, then the mistake is on the person who did the engineering drawing and didn't put the unit system. All right, so as I just said, I'm gonna start with this sketch. So I'm gonna click on start mechanical design. This is, sorry, I misclicked. Start mechanical design, power design. This is going to be a tutorial 14, I think, tutorial 14, since this is the 14th tutorial within the channel. Then I'm going to select the view, and in this case I'm going to select the top view, so the XY plane, and I'm going to create the profile that looks like the one we need. I don't really care about the dimensions yet, so right here I have this, and finally this, and then I'm going to create the dimensions for me to define the sketch. I want to use the same dimensions that the engineering drawing is using, and then I'm gonna use this tool called edit multi-constraint. Alright, this is equal to 15, and as you can see right here, it is showing me in cyan the measures that I've changed, in orange the measures that I'm currently changing, and in green the dimensions that I've not changed yet. Alright, so this is equal to 35, this is equal to 35 as well, and this is equal to 55. Okay, once again, okay, and that's all. Everything is defined since everything is in green color. Then I'm getting out of this sketch, and what I'll do is to extrude this sketch. So I'm going to select the point definition option, I'm going to select the sketch that I want to extrude, and then I'm going to use this dimension for me to extrude it, right? That's 30 millimeters in this case. So 30. Oh, I forget to say that for me to check that I'm using millimeters, I have to click on tools, options, then parameters and measures, units, and right here I have the unit system that I'm using, right? Millimeters. And then what's left is to create this hole. Alright, so what I'm going to do is to select one of the lateral views, In this case could be this face or this plane or this face. As you can see, the face has to be with perpendicular with respect of the hole. So for example this one, I don't really care, and I'm going to call this line and this line. So I'm gonna project them within the sketch that I'm currently doing. So I'm gonna click on OK, and I want that these two lines were used for construction purposes. So I'm gonna click on right here, and then I'm going to create the profile that I need, right? So I'm gonna click right here, and right here. These three lines must be shown, so I'm gonna click once again right here, and I'm going to define everything by using the constraint definition option. As you can see right here, I have a 12 millimeters dimensions, so I'm going to select these two, and this is going to be equal to 12. As you can see right here, I have a white line, so that means that these lines could be moved, as you can see right here. So I'm gonna select these 2 points, and I'm gonna say that these 2 points has to be coincidence, right? Everything looks good. Then I'm getting out of the sketch once again, and I'm going to use the pocket definition tool, the pocket definition option. And this has to be up to last. What this does is that it tries to find the last face across the model, and when it finds one, then it stops, right? So okay, and that's all, guys. This is how you could have created this 3D model using Catia V5.